Welcome to part 19 of South Park The Fractured Butthole. We just beat General Disarray and also got Sandblaster. Now it's time for us to proceed on to face off against Professor Chaos, who, by the way, don't know that General Disarray got defeated.
We need to get up to that large platform so we can do some hardcore magic. Way, right? Shit. Forget it, Order Lovers. This is a chaos-only zone. Also, you need to shut that kid up. He's super annoying.
Now, in order to defeat this intricate little trap here, first we're going to have to use Sandblaster to get rid of the lava.
Maybe you can figure this one out.
And once we do, and not burn ourselves, thankfully the damage regenerates, unlike South Park The Stick of Truth, where it'll stay for a little while and then it'll regenerate.
We did it!
Then after we deal with the lava, now we're going to have to go to dealing with this right here. First off, we're going to have to break... Oh, I think we did that wrong. Alright, let's fix it up. I'm supposed to break the other side first, and then drop him on his head.
This tower is a historical landmark.
Like so.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff. Let's get up there.
Now then, we just made ourselves not only a ladder, but a platform for us to get up to the top and fart core. And that's the only way we're going to get through this area. And also make sure you get anything here.
Ah, you can see everything from up here.
Seriously, I'm amazed how New Kid can pull that off. But, nonetheless, we are on the area where Super Craig and Cartman just so happened to be on. So, which was the roof. They were actually circumventing the roof while we were trying to go on ground, remember, in the last part? Though I want to make a correction. We don't get Call Girl in part 18. I thought we did, but we did. No, we get her this part, actually. Because we're about to head into a boss battle as soon as we use Sandblaster on the lava. And again, if there's anything you want to get, now would be the time to get, because you would be SOL on artifacts. But apparently they don't have things like member berries or Yowie pictures. I honestly thought they had a Yowie picture here, but apparently not. And that's because they don't want you to be screwed out of things that are permanent, though, or things that are like achievements, like in South Park The Stick of Truth, where you can get screwed out of Chin Pokemon for not getting them in the school while you were there. Anyway, we're going to use pause to get that artifact that just so happens to be in this locker room. And that's the only reason why we're here. Well, that and that piece of junk that we picked up off of the floor. Other than that, we really have no other reason to be here. I'm not sure who that is. I forgot who that guy is. He's apparently... This is apparently his storage bin, but I forgot who this guy is. I haven't seen... Or I don't remember the episode where he was in, at least. But, whatever the case, we just have to follow Tool Shed over to the next area. And, by the way, you can ignore this fight. You really don't have to fight these guys. It would be best in your best interest not to fight them, because you'll end up losing, like, some healing items trying to get off the burn that they throw on you. And, by the way, the Infernal Glyphs recipe is up there. That's actually a pretty good artifact. But we are here at a boss battle, so I'm going to shop off screen and prepare for our next boss.
Hey, what the fuck? Who is that? Oh my god, that's the Vigilante!
That's right, the king!
And some little fat kid, too.
This cat, where is it?
That's some real high-grade shit there. Cat like that would go to the boss man himself. You idiot! You don't talk about him! Now we gotta kill these shits!
Again with the cat piss! What the hell? But whatever the case, folks, This is actually a rather easy fight compared to General Disarray. The only way you could actually screw this fight up is if you actually get yourself in a situation where you could screw this fight up. Plain and simple. But for right now, I'm going to use Elemental Onslaught just cause. I don't think there's anything else I need to use, so I'll just keep what I have. I mean, eventually all of these abilities are going to be unlocked. That's an inevitability. But for right now, let's deal with these tweakers. So, before we start, all we need to do is just simply punch these barrels and cause a chain reaction.
I swear Weapon Guy Lady did not have a good feeling about this.
And just like that, we just happen to deal 120 damage to these tweakers.
I got just the tool.
Now then, with Tool Shed, we're just gonna keep using the barrels as a projectile and actually keep using and actually blow up the barrels to try to get through. That's what we're gonna do. I think that's good enough. We're just gonna bump him into the barrel and cause him to be blown up with said barrel, or the guy next to him to be blown up with said barrel. See, this is very easy, because if you actually knock the tweakers into the barrels, they'll end up getting hit, and they'll end up taking damage. But if you're in the vicinity of these explosions, you're gonna die. That's the only way you're gonna fuck this up. Oh, and now we get Call Girl. So this is going to be the only time we have 5 people on the field at once. So instead of me actually triggering those barrels, we're going to use Call Girl's special ability on, or one of the Call Girl's special abilities on these tweakers, which is Phone Destroyer, which she can use to lower the defenses, and you could catch these guys from anywhere. And that is what makes Call Girl really awesome. Because Call Girl's attacks can come out of nowhere for any of the enemies, but you'll be in a safe distance. I mean, it has a lot of range. And not to mention, her attacks also can cause slow and also cause pissed off. Yeah, let's not go any further with this. Let's just heal everybody instead.
Now you're gonna get it.
And now, since we're at this, since we're close enough to these guys, I'll just knock off one and use Call Girl for the other. Or just use Captain Diabetes. There we go. And with that, these tweakers, are pretty easy. Well, as opposed to if you actually got hit with one of those things. Oh, and you get a cheesing vial for this. So they give you a cheesing vial. I thought you had 5, but actually you get 10 of them.
Alright, look, it ain't us, okay? The big man has all the crime families working together. The Italians, the Russians, the 6th graders, they all work for him. We just put the cat urine in the drugs and alcohol.
Who is the big man?
He don't even do it for the money, man. It's like he wants more crime in the streets.
Wow, that sounds spooky.
You don't even know spooky, man. We got to do this if they tell us. Don't you get it? We're already dead for telling you.
And now we're at the point of no return. Yeah. These tweakers just literally burn themselves to death.
But now you're trapped in my inner sanctum.
And unfortunately, Call Girl just pretty much cracked Butter's code. And Butter's using the most obvious password of all time. I'm sorry. Anyone can just crack this.
Your reign of order ends
And now,
yeah, nobody gets past the
we have to deal with balls. Just great. I don't feel like having to deal with balls. So instead, what I'm going to do is use Toolshed's Sandblaster to try to drop the environment or something on these turrets so we can pass through.
Hey!
Or that's going to work too.
That's the vigilante kid. Get him!
Okay, stop it! Let's just throw fireworks and blast these turrets. And now we can take on the Chaos Minions. Because if we try to get the lava from by the ladder, the Chaos Minions are going to attack us. And those turrets we just got through blowing up are going to be in the vicinity of this battle. Now, bear in mind one thing. These turrets will only fire in a straight line. But if you manage to destroy the turret, like while they're in the midst of firing with the time pause ability, they won't get a turn. The turrets just got a telegraphed attack. However, the turrets also attacks the Chaos Minions as well if they're in the line of fire. So bear that in mind. You can use the turrets against them. That's a good thing. That's probably the only thing you can use against them, because I'm pretty sure that the Chaos Minions will start throwing lava again. Not gonna lie, lava sucks. Excuse me one second. Sorry about that. I was actually talking to someone off screen. But anyway, we're almost through with these minions. We just have to deal with the other ones coming behind us. And also, seeing as how we're not in the line of fire with the baseball guns, they'll probably be shooting, well, a little bit further away. Those things take 3 turns to fire. So if you manage to get to a turret, actually, you know what? I should destroy those turrets. I really should. That should probably be a wonderful idea. I guess. I'll have Toolshed focus on the turret, and I do believe I will have. Oh goodness!
Why did it have to be dogs?
I'll also have. I would have had Captain Diabetes focus on the other turret, but seeing as how the other Chaos Minions showed up, sorry about that. We're just gonna have to deal with them first. Funny thing is, seeing as how the dog ended up in the slot over here in the way of that one turret, when that turret gets its next turn, it's gonna open fire on the dog.
Oh, I did.
Oh, great. We've got ourselves a Chaos Titan, or Chaos Mech, or whatever you want to call it, which will take 2 hits and is pretty much big.
I'm ready to break out the heavy equipment, guys.
I just want to use Toolshed's ability on this thing. Or I could just use the drill ability, since it's way too big to actually move on its own. And of course, thankfully Toolshed didn't get hit by those shurikens. I paused the game because the 10-minute time limit, but we're still fighting these minions.
Here we go.
I mean, this is the less egregious of the fights. No, actually, the second less egregious fight. The next one's actually pretty easy, to be honest.
You need to make better friends? Hey, I'm available.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm playing this on normal difficulty. I'm saying that because, yeah, it is actually the final fight of this is actually easier than the fights that we actually went through. Disarray actually would give you the hardest fight out of the entirety of this segment. But seeing as how we're almost done with just about all the Chaos minions here. Oh yeah, you can't knock back those guys. Seeing as how they're stuck in tinfoil and all. I can, however, constantly punch them until they fall. It'll take a few shots, but I'll punch them. And they're done. And there goes the other Chaos minion, and all that's left is the dog.
Ooh, what a fucker.
And of course, the dog is the only one left. But the turret, if it still stands, you don't have to worry about it, because we pretty much won. I mean, you don't have to destroy the turret, but if you do, well, you just have less problems to worry with. But then the turret will actually make things easier on everybody. So now let's use Toolshit's ability, but first let's go behind Chaos's throne to get the treasure that's there. Is there any other treasure that's here? No, let's just use Toolshit's ability to go up the ladder and catch up to Professor Chaos. Okay, what the hell's happening with me? Alright, I recorded this when I was half asleep. Alright. Just a little bit, and yeah, you can tell I was half asleep. I'm going all the wrong way to try to find the frequency for the Sandblaster. But we're about to finish up as we're going to the final battle of this day. Let's just go there right now.
Gonna declare the entire town lava.
Well, you actually made it to the end, Coon Friends.
Coon and Friends, Butters, goddammit!
And now you know that you are too late. All of South Park is about to be covered in lava. Just think about it. Everywhere will be off limits. Everyone will have to just stay where they are, forever. The park will be lava. The Dairy Queen will be lava. It'll be absolute chaos.
Come out and fight like a man, Chaos.
Oh, I am much more than a man now, Mosquito. I have finally bought enough tinfoil to piece together my greatest weapon yet. Greetings! I'd like you to meet Mecha Minion Chaos Supreme!
Es un trabajo.
Oh shit, bro.
Now prepare to meet your end, Coon Friends!
Coon and Friends! That does it! This asshole dies now!
Well, there's something to be said that you shouldn't piss off Cartman. But on that note, I'm going to switch out, Captain Diabetes for now, because we're gonna need, how should I put this? We're gonna need Call Girl for this. We can't switch out Toolshed, so we're gonna have to switch out to Call Girl, because Call Girl will definitely be a better ally for this battle, and would make this battle go so much easier. Mecha Minion Supreme Chaos, no, Mecha Minion Chaos Supreme, sorry,
Well, that's a hell of a construction project.
is an amalgamation of cardboard boxes, minions, and tin foil. But don't let that fool you. Professor Chaos can be deceptively tricky. Not harder, because actually it's a pretty easy fight because of the fact that it's a huge boss, and everything, even Toolshed, can actually hit it. But he will fire missiles that will, if it lands on you, burn you and make an area lava. So bear that in mind.
I got 5 bars and a full battery. Let's
Here's why I chose Call Girl. Call Girl can just stand right back and drop the defenses down on
Oh, I'm up? Okay.
the Mecha Minion the Mecha Chaos Minion Supreme. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be a tongue twister. But whatever the case, I'm going to put some protection on Call Girl. And there's a good reason for that. Because he's about to fire his Chaos Barrage.
Here we go.
And of course he's going to go to the other side in order to do that. And he literally called the attack 10-layer Chaos Supreme.
We advance a little further with each turn.
Jesus Christ. Oh, and for the record, if you actually don't take out his first form, he's gonna have about 2 or 3 turns. So bear in mind that. But I just took out the first form. No problem. Even though Call Girl and Tool shit just got burned. Now for the second form. With less minions, but we now have healing minions into the mix. Get rid of the healing minions first, because every time you let those healing minions stand still, they're gonna turn this battle into a very difficult one. So, first things first,
Really giving him shit.
I'm going to start by taking out that first minion, or trying to at least. But seeing as how I did damage to Butters in the process of trying to take out that minion, he ended up healing Butters. But the minions don't heal themselves. So, take them down, and the minions can't heal Professor Chaos. Oh crap, he's about to fire more lava, or he's going to swipe at Kyle with his minion hand. I do believe this is ridiculous. And the music is just so how should I put this? The music is just ridiculous beyond belief. Oh yeah, and I'm going to use a cheesing vial for this. For good reason. The less healers, the better. And I can't reach those guys anyway. No matter how many times I see that, that's just ridiculous. But then again, all of South Park still hates Gerald. Even after he drops bombs whenever you call him with a cheesing vial. I managed to kill off 2 of the med bots. Now I need to do is kill off the other. Oh, he's going to heal again. But you made the mistake of coming too close to Tool Shed. And now you're going to pay. Well, sort of. Actually, I'm going to heal. Might as well. Okay, it's going to be coming to me, and now that healing minion's going to pay. As a matter of fact, it's going to be grossed out. Alright!
Here comes Call Girl.
And let's just go on ahead and dox Professor Chaos. Even though his defense is down, that Chaos minion is gonna heal him. But I paused the game to check and see how much time I had left. And I had to wait a turn though, in order for me, or wait a couple of turns in order for me to use my time farts. And now let's take out Professor Chaos's minion, and not to mention take him out too. Or try to. So let's just keep doing the hurt, because that defense down is going to make it easier to deal with Professor Chaos. Alright, one more hit and he's done. Or at least this form's done. He's got one more form left. And with that, we only have dogs left to deal with. This one may seem to be the harder form, but here's the thing you need to worry about with these dogs. They'll gross you out. Other than that, once you once you actually put a defense down on Professor Chaos's mecha minion, you'll be able to how shall I put it? Sorry for if there's too many uhs. You'll be able to take this minion out no problem. Now, the only thing that's going to be the problem here is the fact that you're going to be triggered with Gross Out, which can do a number, and Stack also if you don't cure it. Oh, but see, Professor Chaos made a huge mistake. He's close to my vicinity. But there's one other thing I forgot to mention too. Something very important. You see, it's Call Girl's ability. I haven't used it yet, but Call Girl's ability will catch anyone in the vicinity of that's in front of her. And it's by far one of the more powerful super ability, ultimates actually I should say, in the entirety of the game. Because her ability alone could, well, in Pokemon Go could just cause all sorts of bad stats to the enemy. Just for the sake of doing so. And on top of that, it does a lot of damage. Let's be honest, it does a lot of damage. And speaking of which, Butters is almost dead. Or at least his minions are almost defeated. Because of the fact that I shocked him and all. And with that said, Professor Chaos is down. And you actually get a DNA piece for doing this. And not to mention, you also get Butters' garage key. Make sure you use that later on in day 3. Because that's the only way you're going to use it.
Alright, Chaos, talk. Who gave you the money to do all this?
Butters, wake up!
I think he's dead, dude.
He's not dead. Fellas, I think we better get him back to base.
All right, come on. Let's take him to the holding cell.
The holding cell? Oh, geez, it's kind of late, fellas. I should get home or I'm gonna be grounded.
You should have thought of that before you tried to lava the town, Chaos.
Hey, dude. It was great working with you again, man. It was like old times.
Yeah, well, I told you. This was a one-shot deal. I only helped out because I owed the new kid a favor.
Come on, Shed. Come back to the team.
Can't do that, Kite. Freedom Pals is gonna make way more money with their franchise.
You're wrong. We're gonna make like $1 billion.
We're gonna make like $1 zillion.
But guys, think about it. Why would someone pay Butters to cause more chaos? Who could it be? Maybe it's that Tommy Nelson kid. He's always been kind of a dick. I'll have a seat, Thunderpants.
What if the person paying Butters wasn't a kid?
Is that it, Chaos? Were you paid by an adult?
I'm telling you, I don't know his name, fellas. Nobody does. He's just trying to unite all the crime families in town. He's everywhere. He's nameless, faceless. He can change his appearance like the wind changes direction.
Wait, what did you say?
He says there's a revolution coming, and the darkness of our own hearts will bring about our undoing.
Oh my god.
He is that which liberates, and he knows the true weakness of tolerance, and his coming will bring about a tide of chaos like nothing we've never seen, you betcha.
Oh my god. Could it be? No, it's impossible.
What's impossible?
There's only one person I know of who can disguise himself so easily. And it's the same person who might have a motive for tearing South Park apart.
Who?
Mitch Connor.
Mitch Cotter? Oh, no. No. Who's Mitch Connor? It's Cartman's dumbass hand puppet.
You know damn well that Connor was just using my hand to suit his needs.
At first, he disguised himself as Jennifer Lopez, who loves tacos and burritos. When his cover was blown, he was arrested by the police, but escaped. But why would he want to take down South Park? And where would he get all his money?
Shut up! It's not Mitch stupid fucking Connor! How do you know?
No, Kyle is right, you guys. It couldn't be Mitch Connor. Connor died in an oil rig explosion in northern Alaska.
Fuck this. I'm going to bed.
Yes, good idea, Humankind. Everyone get back to your homes. It's getting late. Let's all reconvene tomorrow. After ski.
And now, the news program that starts your day off right. Good morning, South Park! The South Park Vigilantes struck again last night, this time at a meth lab in the downtown U-Store facility. Here with more is a midget in a fedora. Tom, 6 people were arrested last night after the vigilante exposed a huge meth lab in the storage facility behind me. Eyewitnesses have come forward with shocking reports that the vigilante's farts were so awful they seemed to actually rip the fabric of time. You ain't never heard a fart like this, man. It was like 1 minute he farted on my dick, and the next thing my dick was like 20 seconds in the past.
Finally, someone is standing up to all the crime in this city. If you ask me, these people here all deserve to be farted on.
He's a menace if you ask me. How long before this vigilante gets radical and blows up a school or a church, huh? How long before Captain America becomes Captain Ideology? Huh? The third Captain America movie? How long was that? About 6 years? About 6 years! Dozens of protesters gathered outside the police station today as a warrant was issued for the vigilante's arrest. This city will not be victimized by masked crusaders who sneak around and fart on people at night. We urge all citizens to arm themselves and fight against this kind of rectal oppression. Yeah, it's me. Nobody knows anything about this kid. Not what race he is, not even if it's a boy or a girl. What do we do, sir?
Just keep getting the product into people's drugs and alcohol. I'll handle the vigilante.
This deal's getting out of control. You said you could get the mayor out of office.
You wanted to be left alone, Commissioner. To do what you love doing. I've made that happen. Just stay calm and soon everyone will have exactly what they want.
Hey kid, wait up! You are the new kid, right? My name's Wendy. Nice to have you at our school. That little problem Call Girl told you about? It's a lot worse. The Chamber of Commerce wants to get rid of the vigilante no matter what it takes. You know the bathrooms in the park? Call Girl wants you to meet her there, right now. Yeah, anyway, nice to have you in town, new kid!
And now we start day 3. After Wendy tells us to go to the bathrooms, which we will be doing later on. Also, this.
See? It just spun around and different clothes came on. That's dumb.
Seriously? Then why the hell did you come over here to look? Anyway, now that we managed to get ourselves a new ability, we've got certain things we can do now. Well, aside from this arcane hack that we can pick up now, we have ourselves a mugshot to get. However, we can't turn in that mugshot just yet. You see, thanks to earlier events, we are now officially on the most wanted list of all the cops. So, in other words, yeah, we can't even get into the police station. So, what was the point of having us do all these mugshots, knowing that you need an ability by the end of day 3, and by then, you can't even get into the police station? So I guess we can collect the reward after we're done with day 3. And at least before we finish off the game. That is kind of a redundant thing. I know it's very redundant. But let's pick up this, right, or at least put this mugshot on, and that will take care of Mr. Adams' mugshots. Now then, I think there's a few other things we need to do before we go. Well, not that few. Just a couple of things here and there. Clearing off lava and getting some items, I suppose. But I do know this. We will have to, what are we supposed to do? Yeah, I know what we're supposed to do. We will have to, put that member berry crank to good use.
Hello there, new kid.
Oh, wait.
We haven't been formally introduced. I'm Mr. Crime Syndicate Kingpin Guy, and you're the one who keeps farting on all my best people. Are we really so different, you and I? We both want what's best for this city. I know you've probably got places to be, but why don't you come talk to me instead? I'm at the old Soto Sopa ruins. Come on. What do the Coon friends really have to offer you?
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we were going to get the member berry crank, but I guess we're going to do that in part 20. Along with dealing with some other last minute thing, or I should say, the beginning of day things, like picking up items and stuff that we couldn't get because we didn't have Sandblaster. But I know one thing we are going to do, and that's take on the Raisin Girls, and I'll see you guys in part 20 when we finally see what the hell Mosquito got himself into. This is RVman95, peace.